Tank recovery in ESO comes from a couple of different sources: weapon enchants, jewelry traits, and synergies. Along with the Alkosh, tanks are little synergy goblins, pretty much eating a synergy the second it comes up. This is because of the trait Harmony. There's an argument to be made that Harmony is not the best option for sustain. However, in most organized groups, people will be spamming like 8 synergies at a time, so the tank should never be synergy starved. Tanks also have some other options, with that being infused cost reduction and infused magicka recovery. I want to go over in this video why Harmony is so much stronger than these. Starting off with Harmony. Harmony provides the tank with 880 of every resource every time they take a synergy. Looking at infused with cost reduction and recovery, I really quickly want to go over recovery because if casting at a decent speed, it will almost instantly make cost reduction better. If we now look at infused magicka recovery, this gives us around 270 recovery per piece, or 810 magic recovery overall. The biggest issue with recovery is instead of the value being every second, it's every 2, basically cutting this value in half. Infused cost reduction reduces spell costs by 324 per piece for a total of 972. If we are casting at the GCD, this effectively gives most tanks 972 magicka every second. On average, you would have to cast the skill every 2.4 seconds for magicka recovery to be even with the reduced cost enchants. Even with minor and major intellect, cost reduction comes out ahead if you're casting at the GCD. With all of that out of the way, we can look at Harmony versus infused cost reduction. Which is better depends on your group, but the short answer is in most groups you'll have enough synergies for Harmony to be better. Synergies in ESO have a 20-second cooldown built into them, so unless we have 20 synergies, you'll never have enough to take one a second. We can however look at how many synergies you will need for it to be a better effect than cost reduction. This test is imperfect in multiple ways. People seem to forget that as a tank, you will not need to take a synergy every couple of seconds. There'll be times where you just have to burst yourself to full resources, and in the times where you don't need synergies, cost reduction is probably better. But anyway, here's the numbers behind it. If we assume we are casting at the GCD, we would save around 19,440 magicka over the 20 seconds if every skill we cast is magicka. The question is, how many synergies over this 20-second period do we need to surpass this number? With Harmony, we end up getting around 2,640 magicka per synergy. This leaves us with a total of 8 synergies within the 20-second window to outperform the cost reduction on its own. However, these are not usually used alone. To make this more complicated, because we can, we have to add the ability for infused cost reduction to use synergies and for Harmony to use cost reduction as well as the Undaunted passives. I'm going to set a limit of 3 synergies to actively give cost reduction a slight edge, but I'm going to be using the Purify, Combustion, and Runebreak synergies as these are extremely easy to keep up and should be available for everyone in the group to take. Here are the numbers we end up with. Cost reduction over 20 seconds has 19,440 magicka saved, 4,743 health from the Undaunted command passive, 2,445 stamina from the Undaunted command passive, 2,322 magicka from the Undaunted command passive, and 3,960 stamina from combustion. While Harmony over 20 seconds has 12,180 magicka saved, 7,920 health, stamina, and magicka from Harmony, 4,743 health from the Undaunted command passive, 2,445 stamina from the Undaunted command passive, 2,322 magicka from the Undaunted command passive, and 3,960 stamina from combustion. We can see why Harmony is so strong with these numbers. Harmony is only losing 7,300 magicka to infuse cost reduction and also gains it basically instantly back from Harmony itself. The other massive advantage to Harmony is a trait and the cost reduction is an enchantment. While it is stronger with infused, it's not strong enough to outweigh Harmony. I only use 3 synergies as they're the 3 easiest synergies to upkeep as they're multi-person activate synergies. Along with these 3 synergies, you'll have a bunch of other ones making Harmony even better. There are many benefits also due to the fact Harmony gives stamina and health. You can use Harmony to heal yourself in critical situations where you have to take a large chunk of healing very quickly, or you can save it for times when you need a bump in stamina. Harmony basically turns every single synergy into a combustion synergy. It's a bit weaker than combustion, however, the fact that you can just spam other synergies is insanely powerful. The biggest thing with Harmony as a whole is you'll be stealing synergies from the Alkosh and the DPS. Some synergies a tank really just shouldn't use, as the damage output from them is extremely high, so using them is kind of a waste on a tank. However, even so, it's very hard to say no to how strong Harmony can be when taking random synergies. Overall, multiple factors play into why Harmony is one of the better traits in the game, one of them being that it's a trait and cost reduction is enchantment, allowing them both to be used at the same time. This cancels out most of the effect of Infused has just due to the raw output of Harmony. Along with this, with how recovery works in combat, being able to get raw resources like stamina is super helpful when blocking long-term heavies like Zalvaka and the Scorpion thing from LC. Well, I hope people enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I'm working on a new thing that hopefully is funny or enjoyable, but I have no clue how long it'll take or if I'll finish it. It's just something I want to work on. But I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.